Hello everyone, welcome to my Teen Mom News channel. In today's video, you'll learn something you've never heard before, so don't skip a second and keep an eye on our channel. Please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up to get all the hottest updates, hottest moments, and hottest news from the teen mom world all in one place. Before Jade Cline became a household name on MTV's Teen Mom, her story began in a complicated and often painful family environment. Jade was born on June 10, 1997, in Indianapolis, Indiana. She grew up in a working-class family that faced many challenges. From an early age, Jade experienced instability at home, something that would later shape both her personality and the way fans came to understand her struggles on television. Her mother, Christy Smith, and her stepfather, Corey, were a big part of her childhood. However, both of them battled with addiction issues for many years. This created a turbulent environment where Jade often had to be more mature than her age. Instead of receiving full emotional support, she was frequently placed in situations where she had to manage stress, uncertainty, and even disappointment from the adults around her. Jade has often spoken about how difficult it was to grow up without a consistent and supportive parental foundation. While she loved her mom deeply, Christy's struggles with substance abuse caused a lot of pain for Jade. This also meant that Jade had to figure out many aspects of life on her own, without the guidance most young people expect from their parents. Despite these struggles, Jade found strength in her ability to survive and push forward. She learned to be resilient, to face criticism head-on, and to take care of her own daughter in a way she wished she had been cared for herself. This complicated family history is one of the key reasons why fans often connect with Jade. Viewers see not only her mistakes and frustrations but also the raw truth of someone who had to grow up in an environment where love and chaos existed side by side. Her family background helps explain why Jade's teen mom story is filled with emotional highs and heartbreaking lows. Jade's childhood was anything but simple. While many kids spent their early years in a stable home, Jade often found herself surrounded by chaos. Growing up in Indianapolis, she lived through situations that most children should never have to face. One of the biggest struggles in her childhood was the constant instability in her home life. Her mother, Christy, battled addiction issues for years, and her stepfather Corey also had similar problems. This meant Jade never knew what kind of environment she would wake up to each morning. Sometimes things seemed calm, but other times arguments, financial troubles, and emotional stress filled the house. As a child, Jade carried a weight on her shoulders that was far too heavy for someone so young. Instead of being carefree, she often worried about adult issues, like whether the bills would be paid, or if her parents would be okay. This early exposure to stress shaped her into a very strong person, but it also left deep scars. Another struggle was the lack of emotional security. Jade wanted a stable and supportive family, but instead, she often felt alone in her problems. She has talked about how she had to grow up faster than her peers, learning to take care of herself emotionally when she should have been playing and laughing like other kids. School life wasn't easy either. While Jade was intelligent and creative, the problems at home sometimes spilled over into her studies. She struggled to concentrate and, at times, felt isolated from classmates who couldn't understand what she was going through. Despite these challenges, Jade's childhood also showed glimpses of her resilience. She developed a thick skin, learned how to stay strong under pressure, and began dreaming of a better life, one where she could create the stability she never had as a child. These struggles didn't just fade away as she grew older. In fact, they became the foundation for many of the issues we would later see play out on Teen Mom. But they also explain Jade's determination to break the cycle and to be a different kind of parent for her daughter, Chloe. Jade Cline never planned on becoming a reality TV star, but her life circumstances, personality, and struggles made her a perfect fit for the cameras. Her first big step into the public eye came in 2018, when MTV was searching for new stories for their spin-off series Teen Mom, Young and Pregnant. producers wanted young women who could show both the joys and the struggles of early motherhood. Jade's story stood out immediately. She was young, she was expecting a baby, and her complicated family background created the kind of emotional depth that the show often highlighted. At that time, Jade was already dealing with the challenges of her relationship with Sean Astin, her boyfriend and the father of her child. Their relationship was far from smooth, with constant ups and downs, arguments, and moments of reconciliation. This dynamic, along with Jade's strong personality, caught the attention of MTV producers. They believed her journey would resonate with viewers who were going through similar struggles, or who were simply curious about the realities behind young motherhood. When filming began, Jade quickly showed signs of being a natural in front of the camera. She wasn't afraid to speak her mind. Whether she was frustrated, emotional, or happy, she let it all show. Viewers often felt that she wasn't acting, she was just being herself. That raw honesty, sometimes messy but always real, was what made her stand out. The first episodes revealed Jade's strength as well as her vulnerability. Fans immediately noticed how much she carried on her shoulders at such a young age. They saw her balancing the stress of becoming a new mother, while also managing her rocky relationship with Sean and the instability of her own family. These early moments in the spotlight weren't easy for Jade. She faced criticism from strangers online, people who judged her decisions without understanding the full picture. At the same time, she also built a loyal fan base who appreciated her honesty. Many young mothers watching the show said they saw themselves in Jade, and that connection gave her a powerful platform. So, even though Jade never imagined being on reality TV, her first steps into the spotlight showed she had something unique. She was raw, real, and unfiltered, a combination that quickly made her one of the standout cast members in the Teen Mom franchise. Jade Cline's journey into the world of reality television officially began in 2018, when MTV was preparing to launch a brand new show called Teen Mom, Young and Pregnant. At that time, MTV had already built massive success with the Teen Mom franchise. But producers wanted to introduce a fresh cast of young women, each with a different background and story, to highlight the realities of becoming a mother at a very young age. The goal was to show not only the emotional roller coaster of raising a baby but also the unique family situations, struggles, and personal growth that come with it. Jade, just 20 years old and pregnant with her first child, perfectly fit the criteria. She was outspoken, unafraid to show emotion, and already navigating complicated circumstances. Her relationship with Sean Astin, the father of her baby, was full of ups and downs, and her own family life was far from stable. This mix of love, struggle, and real-life drama caught the attention of the casting team. According to behind-the-scenes accounts, Jade's audition and interviews stood out because she was refreshingly honest. She didn't try to paint a perfect picture of herself or her family. Instead, she opened up about her challenges, including her mother's ongoing issues, her financial struggles, and her fears about becoming a parent at such a young age. Producers immediately saw the potential. Jade wasn't just another young mom, she was someone whose story could truly connect with audiences. When MTV officially announced the cast of Teen Mom, Young and Pregnant, Jade was introduced alongside Ashley Jones, Kayla Sessler, Lexi Tapman, and Brianna Jaramillo. Each of them brought something different to the table, but Jade's fiery personality and raw honesty quickly made her one of the standout figures. Her first episodes on the show followed her pregnancy journey, the birth of her daughter Chloe, and the immediate struggles that came with balancing motherhood, her relationship with Sean, and her rocky family life. Viewers immediately noticed that Jade didn't hold back. She shared her frustrations, her tears, and even her anger in front of the cameras. That level of openness was exactly what MTV wanted for the series, and it quickly made her a fan favorite. By joining Young and Pregnant, Jade not only became a reality TV star but also entered into a new chapter of her life, one where millions of people were now watching her every move. It was the beginning of a journey that would lead her to the larger Teen Mom franchise, and it all started with her decision to share her life on national television. Jade Cline's journey into motherhood began long before the cameras captured every moment. But it was during her time on Teen Mom, young and pregnant, that the world saw her transition from a young woman facing challenges to a mother determined to give her daughter the best life possible. Pregnancy was far from easy for Jade. She dealt with the physical challenges of carrying a child, alongside the emotional weight of navigating an unstable relationship with Sean Astin and the ongoing complications within her own family. She often expressed anxiety about whether she could be the kind of mother she wanted to be, especially given the obstacles she had faced growing up. When Chloe was born, Jade described the experience as both beautiful and overwhelming. Holding her daughter for the first time was a moment of pure joy, but it also came with a sudden realization of responsibility. Jade was no longer just living for herself, she had a tiny human depending on her every day. Early motherhood brought sleepless nights, endless feedings, and the constant worry about making the right decisions. Jade struggled with balancing her personal life, her relationship, and the demands of being a parent. Yet, even amid the chaos, her love for Chloe was undeniable. Fans watching her story on MTV could see the genuine connection between mother and daughter, a bond that often shone through even during the most difficult episodes. At the same time, becoming a mother also exposed Jade to public scrutiny. Viewers debated her parenting choices, her relationship with Sean, and her handling of personal challenges. This criticism could have been discouraging, but Jade used it as motivation to prove she could rise above the negativity and be a strong, devoted parent. Despite the hardships, Jade's journey into motherhood showed her resilience, determination, and growth. She learned to navigate the pressures of raising a child in the public eye while also continuing to define her own path. Becoming Chloe's mother was not just a milestone, it was a turning point that shaped the rest of her life and career. Through all the ups and downs, Jade demonstrated that being a young mother was never easy, but with love, perseverance, and honesty, she could face the challenges head-on. Her story inspired countless young parents who related to her struggles and celebrated her triumphs. Once Jade Cline joined Teen Mom, young and pregnant, her life became a series of unforgettable moments captured on camera. From the very first episodes, fans noticed that Jade was unlike any other cast member. They saw both her vulnerability and her fiery personality on full display. One of the earliest episodes that stood out showed Jade navigating her complicated relationship with Sean Astin. Viewers watched as arguments, reconciliations, and emotional confessions unfolded in real time. Her honesty was raw, she didn't try to hide her frustrations or her love, and that authenticity made her instantly relatable to a wide audience. Another memorable early episode focused on Jade preparing for Chloe's arrival. Fans were able to witness her excitement, nerves, and occasional fears as she set up the nursery, bought baby essentials, and reflected on the responsibilities of becoming a mother at such a young age. These moments were deeply emotional, showing the world a side of Jade that was both tender and human. But the show didn't shy away from the drama either. Episodes that featured conflicts with her family, disagreements with Sean, or moments of self-doubt drew massive attention. Social media exploded with fan reactions, some applauded her for speaking her mind, while others criticized her decisions or parenting style. Despite the mixed reactions, it was clear that Jade had made a powerful impression. Fans quickly took to online forums, Instagram, and Twitter to discuss her story. Many connected with her struggles, particularly young mothers who faced similar challenges. Comments like "I see myself in Jade" and "She's so real, it's refreshing" became common across platforms. At the same time, critics sometimes judged her harshly for her choices, which only added to the public tension surrounding her life on the show. Jade's early episodes also highlighted her growth as a person. While she faced criticism in tough situations, she continually learned from her experiences and adapted. Fans watched as a young woman confronted her mistakes, managed her relationships, and became a mother who truly cared for her child. This combination of drama, vulnerability, and growth cemented her place as a standout cast member in the franchise. By the end of those initial episodes, it was clear that Jade Cline wasn't just another teen mom on reality TV, she was someone whose story resonated deeply with viewers. Her early episodes not only drew attention but also built a loyal fan base that would continue to follow her journey for years to come. If you liked today's update, please like and share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to our Teen Mom News channel so that you don't miss any new updates. If you are interested in any specific news or information, please let us know in the comments. We will try to provide the right information according to your needs. Stay tuned for the next update and take care of yourself. Thank you.